Welcome back to crypto's juiciest news, baby dolls. Bitcoin has hit $88,000. It is crashing. Are we going to be phased? No. Well, we got nothing else left in us. Nothing. The tank's empty, my friends. I'm going to now show you Bitcoin. I know the daily chart doesn't look like anything. It's like just a classic level down. Do you remember we were coiling here? And I said, well, you know, we could go up or we could go down. How about that? Amazing set of circumstances there. But I did tell you, if we get this crash down, don't panic. Don't panic, because we might get something that comes right after that. I did say that, but like, who cares? Even if I didn't say it, who gives a crap? Who gives a crap? Like, that's the important point. When you keep seeking for answers and you try to guess what comes next, you'll realize how no one knows anything, and it will just give you more fear. A lot of new people, because they go, oh crap, no one knows what's going on. So therefore, when unexpected stuff happens and it surprises the people they've been following, they then incorrectly conclude that the right thing to do is to leave, okay, or to just sell. But for the rest of us, you have to understand, friends, you have to embrace the chaos. Even though we don't know what's going on, even though your portfolio is crumbling to zero again, and it's literally been 5 years now. What a freaking joke. I know, man. I'm not happy. Not happy, depressed, sadness. Friends, do you remember I made that RIP Mr. FU, the unfortunate gentleman who offed himself, who squirted himself with a water pistol on live stream? Yeah, YouTube have sent me now 3 personal emails to check on my mental health, because they thought it was me that was going to end my life. And I thought, you know what? Not happening. Not happening! You can't leave when you're down. You just can't. You got to give it 100%. What does 100% mean? Doesn't mean click around. It just means hold on. I know, friends, markets are tough. It's like, hey, how do I get through this? Oh, you've been suffering for 5 years? Suffer more. Suffer more. I know, that's why everyone leaves, man. That's why everyone leaves. But now you get to see why firsthand. At the end, the people who just hold the whole way, they crushed everyone's returns because there's nobody left. Yeah, because everybody who used to buy something, they come back and they're buying higher. That's what ends up happening. We did the classical come back through the support and basically hang around. And this is very classic technical analysis stuff. When you come back, see markets, they just love poking something. They love poking resist. They just want to see what's under there. See how we came back down here? Now we're like reversing ready. See the distance of this wick? That's pretty much what you want to see. So it comes back, it just tests here. If we were in a bear market, this candle might have just been like that. And then we're like, oh, crap. And it would have been like that. It's pretty much it. That's if we were in a bear market. It just liquidates everyone down because there's no buyers out here. But the fact that we've stalled there means, like, you know, we've pretty much run out of sellers. Hopefully now it gets to continue higher. I also want to shout out to Ivan. This is the pulse to sol ratio. It's slowly grinding up. I mean, we had this false alarm thing here and here. But yeah, remember, Ivan got rid of his soy. So he got rid of his pulse chain to get into the soy. And if this flips green again, I'm going to let him know. So that's what we're all waiting for, because these ratios and stuff, don't play them, friends. It feels like you open up a whole new world, but no, it's way more difficult. It's not worth it. If you're looking at ratios, you just pretty much just stick to the stock standard. BTC or ETH as the main pair. Don't do this cross altcoin to altcoin stuff, because it's super tough. Now, I'm going to show you the others BTC chart. On the weekly, we've actually been going nowhere. You see how we just see, friends, this little candle, even on the Bitcoin capitulation, we've done nothing. So do you remember I even told you, I won't be surprised if when Bitcoin collapses down, Ethereum's strong. Actually, that's what's been happening. We're not moving down anymore. We are just correlating the Bitcoin 1-to-1. Basically means exactly what happened in zombie virus, just to let you know. This is where zombie virus was. Look at this. Zombie virus was right here. Look at that. We weren't moving. We weren't moving. Why? Why weren't we moving? Because we're just like, it'd been oversold for too many years and it was just time to go up. That's what happened next. Interesting, right? Zombie virus. And actually, if you're curious, right, this is interesting. When the zombie virus happened to the DeFi season peak, it was around here. It's about 168 days. I'm just curious, where would 168 days take us? To here, it would take us all the way into August of this year. So very interesting. Interesting, actually, now. But yeah, so when you're looking at all these times, there's a month and a date for everything. So we don't really know exactly, you know, where it's all going to land. But we do have the blood moon coming out in March. Some of us call it March. Others call it Mark. So we all are just having fun here, waiting to see Can this thing please remove itself from this floor? That all depends on Ethereum, of course, friends. It's all depending on Ethereum. Ethereum, not just directly, but spiritually as well. Ethereum is just a representation of risk on. And I mean, like, even the racist Russell, friends, is a representation pretty much of Ethereum. So racist Russell, the Russell 2000, is, look at this, man, it's still making, like, it's still at his lows. It still can't get up. So why is that? High US dollar, business confidence is still garbage. It's been 26 months of it below 50 reading. So yeah, it's on the way up. We have Donald Trump doing the stuff out here. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're waiting for. Just more time to tick on. This is the 4-year cycle. Is the 4-year cycle broken? No. I got more content coming out here for you. I've had a lot of people thinking the 4-year cycle is broken. It's not broken. Have we had a terrible, horrible start? Yes. Yes, it's been a terrible start. However, it hasn't technically been broken yet. Nothing's been broken. It sucks now, but like, it's because it's interesting, right? People have, okay, look, most people, you lose everything in the bear market and then you literally want to end your own life. So that's what happens. So a lot of people, they then dream about the bull market and they think incorrectly that it was nostalgia in their head. They think that the bull market was like this entire year where prices were expensive and you had all this time to get out. Because what they do is they have this guilt. There's this guilt and this shame because you look, your friends, your family, your loved ones, you're like, oh, wow, you're a loser. You literally wasted 5 years. This industry should be like literally burned to the floor. It's toxic radiation. It's a piece of trash. It's a scam and everyone's a scammer in it. And then you might say, no, it's not a scam. And they're like, yeah, but were you able to sell? No, you weren't. Okay, it's a scam. It literally went down 99%. Everything was fluff. So that's why it has deep pain, and everyone has this sorrow and regret in their hearts. So what ends up happening is when you dream about the past, you think incorrectly. You think you had like all this time to go up. Like you're looking at this like, whoa, all this time to get out. No. We're here every single day. All you had was in this year, you just had this window of 50 days. That's it, which is 1.5 months. And if you did not get out in the window, it doesn't like slide down. No, it's down 75%. That was it. And that could be represented here. This is the monthly chart. Yeah, if you didn't even get out like right here, it's pretty much over. Look at this. Others BTC drops 44%. Yeah, but like Bitcoin dropped 50%. So that's because the evil scum Chinese government, Winnie the Pooh, basically destroyed Bitcoin and killed the bull market. So yeah, every altcoin was down 70%. You know, so, and obviously you never sold because the price wasn't high enough because it barely even getting started. So that's what I want to show everyone. How does everybody get trapped? Don't get gaslit by these other scum. I know how everyone gets trapped, and it's not your fault. You just got to be aware of it. It is what it is. Like again, like this is why, friends. I've gone through this so many times. Look at this. Altcoins did 370x in 2017. So in 2021, all they were up was 10x, 8x in 2021. And then it dropped, look at this, it dropped 70%. So you had 300x, you're like, okay, I wonder if maybe we're going to get like a 50x. You know, it's not 300, but maybe we'll get a 50x. Because like, you know, maybe it's diminishing, but no, it didn't even, it 8x and then dropped 70%. Let's just show you, friends, look how nasty it was. When China banned Bitcoin, you're only up a 3x. And so people are like, wait a minute, I'm barely even up because they've been holding since 2017. They're like, no, this can't be right. I've been waiting 4 or 5 years. I'm only up like a 2. I've just wasted my whole time. Everybody's speechless. And that's how everyone gets trapped, friends. That's why what's been happening is even more devastating here because we have a whole new round of shit coins. And technically your portfolio is only meant to be, about 50% down from the all-time high. Yeah, so that's pretty much just how the index goes. So I empathize with everybody on here because I like a lot of people, friends, you actually get to see future victims. I find them in Twitter. I find them just replying to other people. And then I'm like, on one hand, I feel sorry for them. On the other hand, I'm licking my lips because I know they're going to get trapped. They're just going to do the completely wrong move. And yes, they say things like, ha, this person is so stupid for not selling the obvious bull at the top. They thought it was like everybody should. They thought, oh, so easy to sell $50,000 and $60,000 Bitcoin back in 2021. So when I see comments like that, because they're always their trader mentality people, so they're the ones who are never going to make it. In the big news of today, though, friends, Vitalik has fired Aya Tamagotchi. So Aya Tamagotchi, so she's actually been fired, and man, I've been telling everyone, So I have the breaking news out here. So this is Aya Tamagotchi here. Very unpopular. My gosh, very, very, very unpopular. So basically, friends, everything I said was right. I told yous, don't believe when Lord Vitalik, because what was happening is everybody's really angry and riled up, and we're doing a lot of like proactive things. Vitalik is not that guy. I can read people, friends. Just you got to trust me, okay? I can read people. Vitalik is not a man of action, alpha male, chest out, we're going to win and fight, fist pumping. He's not that guy, okay? He's not even a guy. He's a real alien, okay? He is more of the intellectual 300 IQ, 3000 IQ. He's friends. When he plays Diablo, he never picks Barbarian. He never. He's always a warlock, he's Mage. He's always the intel guy, right? You know, if he's playing Dark Souls, he's got the wand out here. You know the wands, friends? So I've got like a live video of Vitalik here. See, this is Vitalik. He always picks a sorcerer. See that? He's always a sorcerer. All right, now sorcerers, friends, sorcerer people, that's how they operate is different. They're not doing the fist pumping things. What they do is they see Vitalik cares about credible neutrality. He's like, because he sees us as we're monkeys in a zoo and we're like yelling. So if this is how he thinks. He thinks if he reacts to us immediately, he is training us to keep reacting negatively every time there's something bad. And he doesn't want to do that because they're smart, friends. He can think into the future. He knows the future. Yes, he exists in the fourth dimension. So what they do is, so that's why I could tell, I go, they're not going to say anything. They're going to pretend like, oh, no, we're not going to change anything. Don't worry, neutrality. And he's going to go in the back rooms. He'd be like, you know what? Get this bitch out straight away. Because as I mentioned to you, friends, yes, no one likes being yelled at. No one likes violence. No one likes those things. But you know what everyone really doesn't like? Being poor. That's right. Being poor. Nobody likes being poor. And when people are just sending him pictures of the ETH BTC chart going down, yes, it's a reminder like, oh yeah, you're actually making us poorer. Aren't you meant to be fixing the world? I thought part of fixing the world was making us like at least not poorer from when we get in. So yeah, down 72%. Remember, Vitalik dumped $1 billion of meme coins. He killed all the meme coins here at the top, May 2021, to donate to India. How's that looking for all of us? Down 70%. So I'd like to ask you, do you think that donation was worth it? Just ask you, do you think you could use $1 billion to scale Ethereum right now? You know, I already know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking, yes, a horrible misstep. However, you're not trying to predict on people always making the right decision every single time. You're investing in people's ability to adapt. All right, so Vitalik tried the woke soy boy, soy milk, soy latte infused, soy hands, soy paper, everything. He tried that method, and he's obviously, the market is sending him a signal, nah. So that's why you're not betting on his friends. See, one day the soy infusion will come back in the future. Hopefully in 8 to 12 years, you're already wealthy by them. It's going to come back. The pendulum is always going to swing, friends, from like ultra liberal to ultra conservative. It's just going to keep swinging. Yes. So that's what you're ultimately playing for. But in our context out here, he knows what to do. He knows how to do it, how to structure these things out here. So, Aya Tamagotchi. So this lady, this is why, friends, why you want to ask, why is Aya Tamagotchi, why is she unpopular? Not just the Ethereum price. It's because the Ethereum price, whilst being down, yeah, she's doubled down on the soy. She's doubled down, but not just any type of soy. She's doubled down on being a loser. So she's got a $15 million net worth. And in her interviews, people started researching, because no one had any idea who she was, okay? People started researching her, and they found the interviews, and everyone's just like had a panic attack. Because everybody got to see that all her interviews, she talks about she hates the culture of winning. She doesn't like competition. She hates competition. She hates finance. By the way, she was selected by Vitalik. Vitalik hates those things as well. It's just that Vitalik made ETH and crypto, new technology, there's no enough doors to go in, and then everybody rushes in, makes him a billionaire. Yeah, because he was in early. You know, if Vitalik comes in now, he's not a billionaire, pretty much. He's just like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, it's right place, right time, right genius levels. So he keeps his like spirit and ethos. He hires her. She's head of the Ethereum Foundation. Yeah, pretty much nothing's been happening. So, but here's an important part, friends. She's been moved to the president puppet position. Okay. So I told you, Vitalik would do something. I knew. I could read these people, friends. They pretend like, no, nothing's gonna change. Everyone lost their minds. I was like, dude, you got that? Trust me, they're gonna do something. This is just how they do it, right? They just have their different method out here. Okay, so that's why, friends. It's when people invest in tech, they just do catch-ups periodic with these people, but they don't like check them every single day because everyone's got their own method to their own madness. So initially, right, it looked like a promotion. A lot of people were like, he's meant to be firing her. He hired her, promotion. No, he didn't. No. Let me tell you something, friends. Imagine you are a football fan and the coach is horrible. Have you ever supported a team where you're like, man, we got to get rid of this coach? You ever support a team? Everyone knows the teams. Like, everyone's had that. Get rid of the coach. He's trash. Right? Well, she's the coach. Tamagotchi is coach of Ethereum team. It's ass. The team is ass. So what the board does, Vitalik, he's like, listen, he doesn't want to fire her because he's just not the type of guy. He's like, I still kind of like your philosophy and stuff out here. I don't want to fire you, So what they do is they move her to president of the football club. So now she doesn't do training. She doesn't help the team out. She doesn't move the players around. Nothing. It's someone else. The coach has been changed. Sweet. Now it's just like president. Like, okay, maybe formally your face is up on higher places, but like the goal of the president, see friends, a goal of the president of a football club, their goal is like, let's get more advertising in the crypto space so we can advertise the crypto people and get them like more involved in the sport, That has nothing to do with playing on the field. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, the coach, the new coach, that's what they'll be focusing on. So yeah, I've even got the backstory written here. Backstory, Aya Tamagotchi was revealed to be a woke agenda weirdo who is anti-winning. She said her focus is on the environment and a culture of learning. I was like, oh, bro. When we started reading this, I was like, oh, no, we're done. We are so done. We are so done. Oh, man. When we heard that, we're like, oh, that explains why we're a bunch of losers. Third cycle curse. Okay. And also, just let's be honest, friends. The business cycle would have taken us down anyway. If Aya Tamagotchi was like, let's say she was like a fitness lady and she was actually pro-alpha, pro-protein and stuff out here, we'd be cursed somewhere else. It is what it is. The curse is going to happen no matter what. You can't beat the curse. You have to live through the curse. The community's been yelling for Vitalik to do something. So this is the official statement out here. Aya first shared the idea of transitioning. So as soon as I saw when I see this word transitioning and then ED, erectile dysfunction, I don't know, my brain is just, what are these words? Executive director. Yeah, man. So, she's got a milady now as well. Interesting. She's gone to the culture thing. So, yeah, but the milady thing, like, you can't, that's like your Hail Mary card now. Like, the miladies did it in literally the bear market when the industry was going to zero. You know what I mean? Like, you got some balls to make a cult on everything that's going to zero to do that. That's the amazing part about them. Even the Ethereum website, Ethereum Foundation, my dear Ethereum community, today I'm excited. Oh my God. It's funny, friends. One ETH Maxi guy, just one, says, oh, wow, she has so much support. And like all of the replies are like, nah, 99% of us, we don't like, I can't find a single person that's happy. Not one single person. By the way, are you curious what she was actually doing? There's a thread. I'm not even going to bother getting it up. Someone collected everything she'd done for the past 5 or 7 years she's been there. Oh my God. I'm not, okay, friends, I promise you, the biggest achievements were, I'm not making this up, she made the HR team. That's one of the main points. I'm not making it up. I'm being 100% truthful. That was one of the main points. And they weren't doing it as a diss. They were doing it as like a show of, wow, thank you. They made a HR team for Ethereum Foundation. And then apparently she built the finance team. But they're all dog shit as far as I'm concerned. So it is what it is, man. This is just it, friends. Like sometimes you want a protein shake, all they've got is soy milk in the fridge. You can't have it. You'd rather go without it, friends. That's what it comes down to. Now, I've got a solution. Okay, let's play some Pumpy G music. Okay, I've got a solution because I was thinking, Vitalik, I'm calling you out. Vitalik, what I think you need to do is get Aya Tamagotchi onto a live stream chat with you and get her to declare that Kim Jong-un is not the dear leader and call him a dickhead. And if she leaves that stream, Vitalik, the price action will all make sense to us. All of it. Lord Vitalik, please, sir, please. Is she a spy? What is this? Like the only person in crypto doesn't care about number go up? This is weird. Makes no sense. You're an anomaly. Interesting. So I've also mentioned, right, Ethereum transitioning from soy to protein. Aya Tamagotchi is fired from Ethereum Foundation executive directing. She's been moved to cultural president. The Ethereum diet is still light on soy, but we just stocked up the fridge with its replacement. High protein A2 milk. No fat in this one, friends. It's actually very nice. Very, very nice. Nice for a yummy hot chocolate as well. So, as you can see, friends, a lot of these people, this type of, washing out of the non-believers. You're a non-believer, dude. You're a non-believer. We don't want... Look, hey, news flash. We want founders to be all in on our stuff. You know, we just found out, friends, CZ shared his portfolio. Okay, CZ, I'll show you. Right here. CZ shared his portfolio. I'm a boring guy. 98.48% BNB, 1.3% Bitcoin. Wow. He's all in. Now, when you see that, you gotta you think, oh, wow. Yeah, but just chill out. Okay, firstly, he still secretly runs Binance. We're not stupid, number one. Number two, Binance is rotating the profits, effectively doing a buy and burn over time with the trading profits onto BNB token. And you're probably wondering, why doesn't everybody do it? It's because they don't publicly tell you. That's why. Because they don't want to be called a security, create expectations. It's just like their choice to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh, we might do it. So, obviously, he knows they're doing it. Now that you know he's all in. Also, friends, I think I found out he owns 30% of Binance. I think he used to own 60% of the supply. Now he owns 30%. Maybe he's like, OTC'd over 5 years or something out, or 7 years out, which is huge because actually I've just searched GROK. Wow, GROK says CZ holds 64% of the supply. Wow. It even, you know what's awesome about GROK, friends? GROK actually has the tweet where most recently in Feb, CZ disclosed on Binance Square that 98.48% of his personal portfolio consists of BNB. That's awesome. That's literally the post we have here. That's fantastic. So now on GROK, whenever I need to find something now, I just ask a question. Hey, how much does CZ own? Just known through all these tweets. That's actually wild, man. That's huge, man. Friends, he owns, oh my gosh. He's 56 billion. His entire net worth is in BNB. Wow. Also shows you, why does he have, what's 1.3%? 1.3% of 56 billion is 720 million. Yeah, so he has $720 million of Bitcoin. You're like, only 1.3%? Yeah, that's $700 million. Almost a billionaire just from the BTC. That's wild. Also, because BNB goes up heaps. Man, what a beast. But just be careful because, BNB's third cycle curse the next cycle. We'll see what happens with that one. Now, in other news as well, friends, Eric Trump, son of Donald Trump, says buy the dips. And Eric, shout out to Eric Pump, he used the B as in the B logo, the Bitcoin logo, buy the dips. Corrupt SEC have dropped their Uniswap investigation. I guess they found toxic levels of soy at Uniswap Labs. And, they delisted Hex, but Uniswap Labs, you allow North Korea to swap on your freaking shitty website. You allow people to buy honeypots, scams, rugs, and you delisted Hex. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And by the way, the Hex coin bootstrapped Uniswap at the start with the highest volume. That's crazy. It's like Richard believed in their platform more than anybody else. Had millions and millions of dollars of volume bootstrapped at the start. That's the thanks you get for it. That's why, friends, don't trust scum. Don't trust soy. Not even one sip. GameStop CEO receives a letter urging the company to buy $5 billion of Bitcoin as a reserve asset, which is interesting because, look, friends, in my mind, look, I know everyone always thinks about, look, when you've been here this long, how people think about markets is they think like noobs. Noob retailers, this is how I know this is total, you're gonna be exit liquidity washing for everyone. They think, oh, we need a narrative to go up. There's no narrative. Where's the narrative? I can't find the narrative. And I'm like, do you listen with those ears? God gave you two ears. How about you listen with them instead of like opening your mouth and flapping your lips for 5 seconds? Yeah? Listen, the price moves first, the narrative comes later. Okay? The price moves first. Why does the price move first? Because it can. Demand and supply. That's it. Someone wants in, they get in. They invent a narrative. Okay? That's markets. Price moves first. They invent a story later. Now, what's my narrative? My narrative is, this is my narrative, friends. I'm being serious. My narrative is there are a lot of companies out there with underperforming stocks who are watching Microstrategy stock rise, who are going to be tempted by their boards and all the shareholders to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet to see if their stock can go up. That's my narrative. Now, you're probably saying, Sommi, I don't see that narrative now. Of course you don't see that narrative now because you're a cuck. Because you're not a visionary. You're not sniffing what I sniff. You're living in the now. The now's already priced in. If you want to invest, you're going to invest for the future. A world that's not here yet. This is MicroStrategy BTC ratio. It's down 50%. Okay, but if you just look at MicroStrategy, friends, itself, look at this chart. You see that? Look what it was able to do. It went up 3,200%, 33x. In fact, even from down here, it's still up 10x. That's enormous. Stonks aren't that much. Stonks are lucky to be up 2x in 3 years. Yeah? Well, you get it now. I think there's going to be a lot of companies like GameStop. They're watching this right now. They're probably thinking they're going to be buying right now. They're thinking about the premium they get. Because what happened with MicroStrategy, it traded at, I think, 3x the Bitcoin market cap value at the top. So they're probably thinking about it. They're like, wait a minute. So we can add $1 billion of Bitcoin on our balance sheet and our stock goes up 2x. Oh my gosh, let's keep doing that. That's like full on leverage. And doesn't matter. We can just keep buying the Bitcoin and our stock goes up. That's what they're probably thinking in their mind. And that's why I believe a trap will form at the top. But the trap's not here yet. What am I basing it off? Just guessing. It's always just, that's all the speculation, friends. You sit here and go, bull markets end on euphoria. What's euphoria going to look like? Does euphoria look like now? No. Euphoria looks like a lot of companies bought Bitcoin, put them on the balance sheet, and the stocks went up. And they all believe like, yes, we've solved it. We've mathematically solved it. We just have to keep buying Bitcoin and put it on the balance sheet. And then once the market gets done up there, it's going to go back the other way and make them wish they never got into crypto in the first place. That's just the cycles. Welcome to crypto. I even mentioned it here, right? MicroStrategy pulled back 50% against BTC. That's very, very, very important to know, friends. I've got the chart here, right? The one I just showed you, 50% against BTC. Look how hard it is to outperform BTC over the long run. Like, it's just like wild volatility. Now, I really, really hope this thing actually comes back up and does. I really do hope it does something like this. And it comes back up and it just like spikes up and just gets them. It gets like the double top or something, just gets like the rest of the world in. Because that'll be a big advantage for you and me and everyone out there. Now, friends, I want to talk about where are we going next, okay? So, if you're curious, by the way, why did we go down in the first place? Well, Crapo was bullish. This was right before the dump. Short squeeze incoming. The real short squeeze hasn't happened yet. Soon. So, yes, immediately after posting, we have now become dumpster fire poop. So, Crapo, it's funny, man. Like, we took our eyes off him for 1 second and we start dumping. And then all over Twitter, I'm like, Crapo was bullish yesterday. No one told us. That's gold. That's hilarious, man. Shout out to my friend, Mr. Boss Peaker. Wow, man. The stuff people do, friends, just without a token as well. You know, this was see, the crazy things we see now, we've now separated the world. Pre-token era and post-token, you know. Pre-token, wow, you really did your thing just because you love doing it. And then post-token era, I think we're changing the game. Before we even look at the future, Uncle Peter Schiff comes out as well. I love the sound of a Bitcoin crash in the morning. Oh, man. By the way, let's see. When he actually posted that, I'll actually give it to you now. I wonder if we actually made the low and we started going up. And yeah, this is actually interesting. Here we are. Where was it? He did it here actually. Yeah, so right here. Right here. So we're still around the same price. We're just like, he loves seeing this. It's down. Uncle Peter Schiff coming back. I mean, it is funny. It is funny to see him come back. We do too. Dip buying opportunity. Somehow I knew you guys would say that. Oh man, come on, Uncle Peter. You've been watching for 13 years. Every single red candle, people said buy the dip. Yeah, well, of course, this time is not going to be different. Now, I'm going to, once again, friends, now we know the reason why it went down. Crapo was bullish. I'm going to show you some copium, hopium. This is from blockchain backup. But I don't know if it's going to play out. Of course, you never know. Just cycle stuff. It's just interesting. What I've noticed, friends, is from the people I watch, they're kind of in tune with what's going on. I don't look. It's not what you think, friends. Like, they're not always in tune. What ends up happening is, so I do these personal anecdotes. So I just sit back and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to assume 4-year cycle. I'm going to pay close attention, but I'm just going to assume 4-year cycle. Every time there comes a high or a low thing, I'm just going to assume 4-year cycle. And we got to those extreme moments, and then I'm watching the other KOLs and stuff, blockchain backer and whatever. And they like have their little Elliott waves and things that might not happen and change. And what I've noticed is every single time I got to the critical point of like breaking the 4-year cycle, my expectations, or returning back to it, I was always looking at it. I'm like, you know what? You've been right until this point, but I got a feeling your thing's now going to fail and it's just going to revert back to the 4-year cycle. And it happened every single time. Now, I don't know. I'm just like, by default, because I told you, friends, fading the 4-year cycle has been the number one widow maker in crypto. Yeah, it has been. So what he has here is he's got a Bitcoin condensed fractal. So on the left is where we are today. This is where we are today. And on the right was this is a 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, but it's got the similar structure pattern. So you have this double top, and then you come back and squeeze around. So you have this this double top, as you see these. You come back and you squeeze around here, which is where we are. And then you have this surge up and you have like this screw around with this backtest area. That's where we are here. So, but you're wondering like what comes next? Well, blockchain backer believes the end of the cycle's here, where Bitcoin runs up and it's over in like, interesting. It was meant to be, when he was doing this fractal a month and a half ago, we were meant to be literally topping out for the whole cycle next month, March. But it just keeps getting moved on. But March, April, May, June, everyone, friends, expects like one cycle, one wave, and then we're done. They think this is it. This is the final rise, and it's pretty much all over. That's what they pretty much see. Hey, you know what? It might even be up here. Now that I think about it, friends, actually, where this part is here, I think we're actually here. I think that's his comparison. But either way, look, of course, once again, man, like, I don't know. If this isn't a double bubble alt season wave, I'm quitting crypto. Like Donald Trump, $400 million purchasing ETH. He drops his own celebrity token. He fires Gary Gensler. He's doing the tariffs and he's getting the US dollar down. Like every single thing, every button that can be pushed, every toggle that can be hit, every lever that can be flipped, every switch is being pushed to give us a big bull market, double bubble alt season, everything, literally everything. I don't know what you could ask for less. I honestly do not know. I don't know. You might say, oh, what about the US Fed buying? Yeah, but let the government buy first. Let the government, the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, all the buttons, like every single thing to tell me that the stars have aligned, not even are aligning, just have aligned, pretty much, is pretty much occurring. So that's why, friends, I look at others' BTC ratio, and even though, like, man, I don't see how we're dying here and it's all over and we're going to go lower. Look, man, I refuse to believe pump fund JPEG trash is the pinnacle of crypto, because that's pretty much, that's what it would be if we stop here. We go, well, okay, the JPEG pump fund trash, value extracting from all the LA vape cabal and prostitute cabal victims. And then they're like being there as well. So they're simps. They're not real victims. I can't use that word. They're more like simps. They like losing money. They like being cucks. They sit in the hotel cuck chair. So would you call the hotel cuck chair guy? Is he a victim, friends? No, he's He's aroused by it. That's why the people who are losing money in the LA Vapor Bowl in the JP Casino, they're aroused by their losses. These people, I don't think that's the pinnacle. DeFi, all these things, I get it. There's the tokens we don't really need. There's no memes, culture, religions, archetype for them, but they can change. They can improve stuff. Of course they can. If there's improvements to be done, that means a bull market can always happen. Look where we are right now. That's why the vicious nature of all these, man, has been bad. Like, this has been so bad. We have freaking round-tripped back to, oh my God, we've round-tripped back to June. Look at this. Oh, wow. Since June 2017. That's like 8-9 years of round-tripped. So pretty much, altcoins are so bad, they've come back in. Now, if you're wondering, Sommi, why are they down there? Is it because altcoins are bad? No, friends, it's because Ethereum is bad. That's why. Ethereum's ETH BTC ratio, it's at 0. Man, this is like, I can't believe I'm saying this number. It's at 0.02 freaking 8. Horrific abomination. Look where it was. It hit 0.028 in literally March 2016, May 2016. For the first time. So Ethereum is literally round-tripped 8 to 9 years of gains against Bitcoin. Now, see, there's two perspectives, friends. Remember, we're here to invest for the future. We're here to win. Yeah, so right now, the market's saying, Ethereum, you're worth dog shit. So we know it's cheap, okay? We believe it's cheap. A lot of people don't believe it's cheap. Because these people believe, a lot of people do believe Ethereum actually is poop. The Solana crowd, the Bitcoin Maxi crowd, a lot of people believe Ethereum should be down there. They should. However, I believe DeFi, money markets, the Ethereum chains, like even when you have Phantom, the Sonic chain and Pulse chain and these other chains out here, they're extensions of Ethereum. They really are. Yes. They really are extensions of Ethereum. It's all working in that same economy out here. So I don't think it's justified for this to go all the way back down. You have Uniswap creation, Aave, Chainlink, otherwise known as Painlink. There's just too many things have been created for me to accept the world where it's not worth anything. It's literally like let's say you go to an African tribe. You go to an African tribe. They don't even have electricity, no shoes, just sand dunes everywhere. And then you're watching New York, which is Ethereum. And then the GDP of New York on a price chart drops down 99%. And you're like, oh, you're worth as much as an African, just a random African tribe in the middle of nowhere in the desert. And you're looking at it, you're like, I don't know. I don't think so, man. You're telling me that all these businesses, all these companies, all these firms and institutions that are based in New York, you're telling me that's worth as much as an African tribe? No, I don't think so. We go back 8 years. You see what I mean? But this is what markets do. Markets can stay very, very, very irrational for a long, long, long time. And you just don't know how hard they're going to revert back. So that's why markets, friends, they can always, to get maybe one day in the future, yeah, ETH BTC is up here, right? It does go back to like 0.08. But you don't know, right? It comes back down here, it goes at first, it goes down to negative numbers and comes back up here. You have a straight reversal upwards, or you do a roundedness and then it just goes vertical. You just don't know the pattern. People who are trying to predict the pattern, they're on leverage, okay? But if you're in spot, you don't have to work around the pattern, okay? Because you give yourself a lot of time. You basically, friends, if you're in spot, you're in infinite time. When you're in leverage, you're on borrowed time. That's what makes it harder. That's why you learn this lesson for life so you don't get wrecked in the next bear market when it comes to trying to make in these big predictions where we think that we are definitely sure of the future. Because we're all sure of Ethereum, but look what ends up happening. Pet Rock ends up smashing it. Now, obviously, with the advent of with like Ethereum and Bitcoin doing absolute abomination moves on the way down, Pulse Chain core coins and everything are still wrecked. There's no excitement. No one cares about anything. I know how everyone feels. It's literally nothing out here. Nothing's moving along. Pulse Chain's still stuck in the wedge. Why? Because Ethereum is still down. And why is ETH BTC still down? Yes, because of the business cycle, ISM. It's all the same things over and over again. But where are we going to move from here? That'll be an interesting thing to think about. Last thing, friends, as well. A lot of people talk about bear market. And a lot of people, of course, I'm here 18 hours a day. A lot of people are just guessing. But I can just tell you this. Yes. In 100 out of 100% of the times, the bear market for crypto is confirmed when the weekly super trend is red for Bitcoin. That's the bear market confirmed. You're in it. So that would be if Bitcoin finishes a week below 74,000. Now, if you remember with Japan's Pokemon Island scam, those scum over there with the yen carry, it actually flipped red, but it didn't close the weekie. It went below 52,000, hit down here, but then we reversed back up by the end of the week. You see that? If you go back, I can actually show you every time it was red, it was a bear market. Now, this did begin the bear market of altcoins, didn't it? This was a fake out, but it did begin the bear market of the altcoins, okay? Every time we flipped red, it was over. Yes, flipped red, that was 2017. And look at this, we flipped red here, it was game over. That was 2014. This was a fake out. Yes, this was a fake out, but it was like middle of the year. So you had to run up anyway. Okay, so this is always possible, by the way. We go down, we flip red, and then we just like grind back up. That is very, very possible. But look what happened before as well. So July 2011. So the thing is, it's when Bitcoin is green on the weekly super trend, I know altcoins look absolutely garbage, but it's still bull market confirmed. It is still bull market confirmed. I know, because you think bull market in your mind means everything's great all the time. It's not. You're basically working your way up to those final 50 days of euphoria. Like, subscribe, Billy Button, all. Catch you soon.